Lesson 16. Can Jesus provide for my needs? This story is really compelling to me because I think it shows the heartbeat of Jesus. And it's not just a text that reveals who he is. It's really a text that we can pattern our own lives on in how to treat other people. It is a story about feeding of the 5,000. And many people have heard this story. It's actually just 5,000 men, add women and children. It could be as many as 15,000 people. Why did so many people come? Well, if you back up in the narrative, Jesus is on the exact opposite side of the lake. He's on the southwest side, and he says to guys, listen, we're tired. We've been working really hard. We need a little R&R. Let's go to the opposite side, the northeast side of the lake, and just by ourselves, we'll have some time to rest. The apostles were undoubtedly excited about that, to have Jesus to themselves and the crowds go away. Problem. When Jesus left, the crowds, they couldn't follow him because he's literally in a taxi boat. They would take him across the lake, and they can't walk on water like him, so they run to the next dock, and they say, hey, did Jesus dock here? Because we're looking for him. No, have you seen him? Yeah, he was just at the previous dock, and now we're trying to find him, but he's not here, so they ran to the next dock. But people came with them, and at that dock, it was Jesus here. No, have you seen him? Yeah, we saw him, but he's not here. So they would keep running around and gathering steam all the way around the lake. Get this. The lake is 9 miles north to south. It's about 4 miles east to west. They beat Jesus, who's in a boat going straight across the lake, by running around the lake. And when Jesus and the guys stepped onto shore, there's this crowd of 15,000 clamoring people. I'm sure the apostles were just distraught. We just want some rest. But Jesus, when you are at your worst, he is at his best. Here's his response in Mark chapter 6, verse 34. When he went ashore, he saw a great crowd, and he had compassion on them because they were like sheep without a shepherd, and he began to teach them many things. Shepherd is the model of God in the Bible. The Lord is my shepherd. It's the model of every great leader in the Bible, from Abraham to Jacob to Moses to Jesus. When you see the needs of people, that's what drives you even more than your physical fatigue. I'm not sure I'm very good at living that model, but that's what I want my life and ministry to look like. That when people are at their worst, I will be at my best for them. And notice, Jesus doesn't feed them at first. First, he teaches them, because their spiritual feeding is more important than the filling of their bellies. The difficulty is they're way outnumbered. How do you feed that great a crowd? Verse 35. And when it grew late, his disciples came to him and said, this is a desolate place, and the hour is now late. Send them away to go into the surrounding countryside and villages and buy themselves something to eat. But he answered them, you give them something to eat. And they said to him, shall we go and buy 200 denarii worth of bread and give it to them to eat? And he said to them, how many loaves do you have? Go and see. And when they found out, they said, 5 and 2 fish. What is that in the face of so many? Well, in the hands of Jesus, it's enough. This is one of those miracles. I wish I had been there to see how it happened. Did he just pray and boom, it was all there? Or did he begin just multiplying it as he passed it out? I don't know. But I do know this. This is the only miracle that's in all 4 Gospels prior to the resurrection of Jesus. Clearly, it is of massive importance. Why? Because of the wow? Oh, wow, look what Jesus did. I want to be there. I want to see that. Now, it's not the wow. It's the why. Behind this miracle is a coded text that if you pay attention, you will see just how big Jesus is. Verse 42. And they all ate and were satisfied. And they took up 12 baskets full of broken pieces and a fish. 12 baskets. You mean like one for each tribe of Israel? Yeah, kind of like that. This miracle is showing that he is the Messiah they had been hoping for. He is going to provide for the needs of his people. So is it any surprise that in John 6:15 it says that the people tried to make Jesus king right there by force. It's too early and they don't understand the kind of king he's going to be. Not one that feeds their bellies, but one that provides for their souls. And so Jesus sends the apostles away, sends the crowd away, and boy, are they distraught. Why would you send us away? This is what we've been waiting for. No, this is going to get in the way of what we've been waiting for. So the disciples, they go across the lake. Jesus goes up on a mountain to pray. That sounds about right. But he watches the boat. That sounds about right. And halfway into the lake, they are struggling at the oars. A crosswind was keeping them in the middle of the lake, in the middle of the night. So when Jesus is finished praying, he goes to them walking on water. What in the world is that all about? Again, the reason this miracle is recorded in all four Gospels is because of how important it is. Not what Jesus did, but who Jesus is. When he distributed the loaves and fishes, he created out of nothing, just like his Father. This is an enactment of Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And right here, in this microcosm, Jesus does the same thing. And then by walking on the water, that's not Genesis 1:1, that's Genesis 1:2, which says that the Spirit of God hovered over the chaotic water. He is demonstrating that he is God the Father as creator and God the Spirit as sustainer. Not only is he the provider of your needs, but he will put your life in the right order: teaching, healing, and feeding.